Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you. So my name is Dansilan and Madhavan and I am thrilled to be here today to talk to you about anxiety. So today I'll be presenting a podcast and a poster about anxiety. I will be joined by four other speakers. Each of them will be provide their unique perspectives and insight on anxiety. So in this 21 minute of podcast, Lisa Dama is the speaker. She discusses the different form of anxiety and how to manage them. She explains that anxiety can be both healthy and unhealthy and that it's important to know how to get in check. So one of the most effective ways to calm down the body is through controlled breathing, which can help communicate to the brain that everything is okay. So Dharma also suggests thinking of anxiety as being on a dial and using breathing to turn it down. So she encouraged people to face their anxieties instead of avoiding them and seek professional help if the anxiety becomes too crippling. So anxiety is a normal and sometimes necessary response to stress or danger. It is a feeling of unease or the worry that can range from mild to severe and it can affect people of all ages and background. So anxiety becomes a problem when it interferes with daily life and activities. Anxiety disorder are the most common mental health disorders affecting millions of people worldwide. So they include generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, anxiety, social anxiety disorder, specific phobias, and separation anxiety disorder, among others. So, the causes of anxiety disorder are complex and can involve a combination of genetic, environment, and psychological factors. I'll proceed to the next speaker.
Hi everyone, my name is Mohammed Abdul Firdaus and I'm going to proceed with presentation. So, based on the example given earlier, so we can summarize it into what are the factors that cause anxiety. So, basically, there's only one main factor which is overthinking. So, this overthinking can be split into two parts, which is overestimating the risk and underestimating your abilities to cope with the situation. So, consider a situation in which the risk is as low as possible in reality. So when someone exaggerates the risk to be as high as possible, so that's how the anxiety begins to raise to a high level. So to make the anxiety worse, when someone underestimates the 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 self itself to cope with the situation, so that also will deteriorate the anxiety to be unhealthy as possible. So that's all for me. I shall pass the next presentation to my next friend. Thank you.
First of all, thank you to my other member, other part of member of my group. They already done their presentation. Now we already know about the what is anxiety, what is the cause of the anxiety, and when does it occur. Now I'm going to talk about how to overcome the anxiety. Let me recap first. Anxiety is a thought process that clouded your mind that will disturb your confidence in yourself. So it will be really hard for people to overcome it if they don't know steps to do it. So, in my opinion, as a person who has anxiety a lot of time, one of the technique that I use to overcome the anxiety is uh, use a control breathing. It's a control breathing technique mentioned by Miss Lisa Remo in the podcast. So, how do we do this? So, firstly, we take breaths slowly, and then we slowly inhale until it makes a whistling sound. So, what does exactly control breathing does to overcome anxiety? So, whenever you have anxiety, your heart rate will increase, and it will disturb your mentality and thought process. So, when you overcome with when you be clouded with another thought process, it will become problems for you to think straight. Or whenever you have anxiety, all you want to do is you want to get away from all the problems because that's what your brain told you to do so. So with control breathing technique, it helps your uh, lower your heart rate, slowly lower your heart rate. So you slowly gaining back that confidence to yourself, and also all the thought process will be gone. We also one of the benefits of control breathing is act as a reset function for your brain. So then all the thought process that crowded your brain will slowly goes away over time as soon as you're breathing and you breathe out. You slowly relax your mind and lower your blood pressure. So you didn't feel pressure at the stage of something. In case of me, I always feel pressure on the stage. Then I feel I want to go away. Whenever I feel anxiety, I will slowly do a control breathing technique mentioned by Miss Lisa Nemo, which is slowly breathe in and then breathe out. It will slowly reset my mind, put it in a relaxed state, and also lower my heart rate. So all the thought process that cloud in my brain goes away, and I gain my confidence back on the stage. Especially like now, whenever I do a presentation, there's always feels of anxiety coming to my brain. With the help of control breathing, one is reset my brain into a relaxed state, remove all the thought process that clouded my brain. So then nothing goes over my thinking. It's all coming back to my confidence on how I want to present myself. And also it helps the second one, it lowers down my heart rate pulse. So I don't become more nervous and more pressure whenever I'm on stage. That's it from me. I will pass to other group member. Thank you very much, Miss Ali.
So thank you for my group mates for explaining what anxiety is. So hello guys, my name is Farhan. So today I'll be explaining my part on anxiety. So anxiety. Anxiety can become a blessing and a curse depending on certain types of situations. So anxiety can become a good thing because it makes people becoming more well aware of their surroundings. And this can lead people to becoming more alert and be more careful in stressful situations or in dangerous situations. However, the problem stems when anxiety becomes too much of a problem or too much of a thing. See, when anxiety becomes too much of a thing, people tend to overestimate certain type of scenarios. This can lead to overestimating the risk and overestimating the scenarios that may or may not occur. See, this can become an issue because it makes people become more stressful, and which leads to people becoming more stressed out in situations that they shouldn't be more stressed. They shouldn't be stressed. So anxiety can occur due to one reason and one important reason, which is people tend to overthink things. So to overcome this, there are many ways to overcome it. One of which is to control your breathing techniques, which is to hold your breath for a few seconds, and then release your breath for a few seconds. Another example is thinking that your situation is you're not in a dire situation. So when you're thinking that you're not in dire situation, basically it tricks your brain to becoming more relaxed and more, which becomes less stressed out in situations that you shouldn't be stressed out. Yeah. So that's all for me about anxiety. Thank you.
Based on the podcast, Ms. Damore says that anxiety can have both positive and negative effects on an individual. It helps people recognize that something is not right with their current situation, and it can cause people to save themselves both figuratively and literally. However, some people can have anxiety from non-life-threatening situations such as stage fright or certain imagery. Anxiety can also be harmful when a person overreacts to stimuli. For example, when a person has a panic attack from being startled by a friend, or when the individual thinks less of their own capabilities and overestimates the risk at hand. Another catalyst of anxiety is avoiding a problem or fear. If an individual has a problem with their life and they are not tending to it, it will constantly be on their minds. Ms. Damore shared that controlled breathing is a good way of calming yourself down when you feel a wave of anxiety coming. Furthermore, changing your state of mind can also help reduce anxiety. Telling yourself that the situation is under control and you are safe is one such method. Another technique to reduce anxiety is to quantify it so that you can fully gauge how much anxiety you are experiencing and control it. Ms. Damore heavily emphasizes getting help from other people when you are facing an uncontrollable anxiety, because others can help you to quantify and understand your anxiety before tackling the cause.